Pulp Fiction. Now that is a movie packed with unforgettable moments, incredible dialogue, and a nonlinear plot that keeps you hooked the entire time. Directed by Quentin Tarantino, it's got everything: crime, humor, violence, and one of the coolest soundtracks ever. Alright, let's dive into the wild, twisted world of Pulp Fiction. The movie is split into several intertwined stories, all revolving around gangsters, hitmen, and criminals in Los Angeles. It opens with this seemingly random scene in a diner where a couple, Pumpkin, Tim Roth, and Honey Bunny, Amanda Plummer, are having breakfast. They're planning to rob the place, but before things kick off, the film jumps into the next story. That's Tarantino for you, nonlinear and unpredictable. Now we meet Vincent Vega, John Travolta, and Jules Winfield, Samuel L. Jackson, two hitmen working for the mob boss Marcellus Wallace, Ving Rhames. These two have some of the best, most quotable dialogue in the film. Right away, you get classic lines like Vincent talking about the little differences in Europe, like how they call a quarter pounder with cheese or royale with cheese. It's random, but hilarious. Their job is to retrieve a mysterious briefcase for Marcellus, but of course, nothing goes as planned. They break into this apartment to deal with some guys who owe Marcellus, and this is where Jules delivers one of the most iconic monologues ever, Ezekiel 25 verse 17. It's this biblical-sounding speech that Jules recites before he executes someone, and Samuel L. Jackson's performance here is absolutely electric. From there, we jump to another storyline where Vincent has to take Mia Wallace, Uma Thurman, Marcellus' wife, out for dinner while Marcellus is out of town. Vincent is super nervous because he knows what could happen if he messes up while watching the boss's wife. They go to this super cool retro diner called Jack Rabbit Slim's, where they take part in an iconic twist dance contest. Travolta's dance moves are legendary in this scene. But then things take a sharp turn when Mia overdoses on heroin that she mistakes for cocaine. In a panic, Vincent takes her to his drug dealer's house, where they have to inject her with adrenaline to save her life. The whole scene is both darkly hilarious and super intense, with everyone freaking out as they try to bring Mia back from the brink. Next, we get Butch's Story, Bruce Willis. He's a boxer who's been paid by Marcellus to throw a fight, but instead, Butch double-crosses him and bets on himself to win. After winning the fight, Butch goes on the run, knowing Marcellus is going to be out for blood. There's this whole sequence where Butch goes back to his apartment to retrieve his father's gold watch, which leads to a brutal confrontation with Vincent Vega. Butch kills Vincent in a surprise moment, and you realize just how intertwined these characters are. But it gets even crazier when Butch and Marcellus both end up getting captured by these two twisted guys, Zed and Maynard, who run a pawn shop. What follows is one of the most disturbing and unexpected scenes in the movie. Butch manages to escape, but instead of running, he goes back to save Marcellus, who's being tortured. The two of them team up, and Marcellus lets Butch go, telling him to get out of town and never come back. It's an insane mix of violence and redemption. The final storyline loops back to Jules and Vincent's earlier job. They've just retrieved the briefcase, but one of the guys they didn't kill shoots at them and miraculously misses. Jules takes it as a sign from God and decides he's going to quit the hitman life. This leads to them accidentally shooting their associate, Marvin, in the car, one of the film's darkest, funniest moments, which forces them to call in the wolf, Harvey Keitel, a fixer who helps them clean up the mess. The film circles back to the diner robbery from the beginning, and Jules has this incredible moment where he confronts Pumpkin and Honey Bunny. Instead of killing them, Jules gives this calm, philosophical speech about changing his ways and choosing a different path. It's such a cool way to tie the whole movie together, with Jules making a life-changing decision right in the middle of a robbery. And then, boom, it ends just as abruptly as it began, leaving you with this rush of adrenaline and an appreciation for Tarantino's genius storytelling. The movie is all about style, tension, and snappy dialogue, with each scene feeling like its own mini-movie.